Hey YouTube, I'm out on site here doing a little project for the family. This is at my mom and sister's place. So somehow we have a tree growing up out of the composter. It's been there for more than a year. So how am I going to get this out of here? Don't have a chainsaw, don't want to go buy one. I like these things. It's a Vermont American. It's got the nastiest teeth on it. Great for cutting through this stuff. And of course some black and yellow. So we're going to fix up this. We're going to fix up their 35-year-old fence. Now, oddly enough, here's the good news. This was just painted, spruce, pine, fir, whatever the heck it was. But this is the good stuff. This is the arsenic-laden pressure-treated lumber back from the 90s. It is as hard as a rock. Nothing happening. The posts, been there for 35 years. There's a bit of wiggle, but they're solid as anything. This new pressure-treated stuff, not so good. This old stuff, beautiful. Anyways, the way we're fixing it up, we're finding the old boards that are really rotten, popping them off. This one might stay, we'll see. I got enough for about 30 boards. We're going to pop them off, put some new ones in with some nice screws. They'll repaint everything, and it should look a lot better for at least a couple more years. I think the main boards themselves probably got another, let's say close to 10 years at least before we got to replace the structure. But let's see how this all works. Okay, so rehabbing this fence, I pre-painted all the boards. Full coat of primer, full coat of paint. They'll be painting it one more time. Pre-drilled all the holes, countersunk it a little bit, not completely, and put in the top screws. The bottom ones are far enough, they'll be over effectively about here, so I don't have to pre-drill those. Put them up, line it up with the old board, boom, zip it in, and almost new fence. So that's working there. Now, my workstation. Again, I have a black and yellow problem. You guys know that already. So one of the DWX mini, sort of saw stands works great. I got a couple of the brackets, little block here, screwed down a chunk of, 3/8 inch or 1/2 inch or whatever it is. Makes a perfect work stand for 1, 2, 3, 4 of the tough boxes. I can open them up, leave all my stuff in here. Again, I brought a ton of saw blades, knowing that I'd probably have to do some demolition or some other things. So I got metal wood blades, demolition saw. I love that thing. Hammers, all that kind of stuff. Extra hearing protection. I brought my little rotary tool as well. That has a whole bunch of screws. I have some pressure treated, ACQ good ones. And then I have this guy, filled it up with as many batteries as I had spares that I could use for today. So I got a couple of the flex volt. That's what I run the little saw off of. I got some smaller, 3 amp hours. I got some 12 volts. I love my little 12 volt drill for pre-drilling. Just small, light, quick, easier on the arm. And I got some 5 volts or 5 amp hour. They're all 20 or 12 volt, and they're, the amp hours is what I'm talking about. Anyways, I find this little gadget pretty useful. So when I'm doing all the cutting and trying to fix up the fence and fence boards, for whatever reason, when I built this fence back a long time ago, and it may even be only 20 years, I don't know, it's been a long time, I can't remember. Anyways, because of the slope of the yard and everything, every section is a different size. So I can't just set up, stop, and get them all done up. So I love this little trim saw. It's a little 7 1/4 20-volt DeWalt. I don't know, I've used it for a ton of trim. I cut all the studs for finishing my basement. I'm running it off of one of the big flex bolt batteries right now. I don't know if you can see that, reach around. Okay, there we go. That combined with the big DeWalt stand just makes for the most utilitarian, functional saw station I've ever come across. I've tried other things. I've made my own. I've tried some other manufacturers. Not always, you know, as efficient as this particular unit, especially for packing it up, getting it moving, slam the saw on it. I like to have my saw on the right side of the stand. So I usually have the cutoffs or the bigger pieces to my left, and then I work flowing to the right. Usually this one over here is my one that I set up for a dedicated length of board if I'm cutting a whole bunch of all the same thing. But that's my workflow, working from left to right. Don't know what you guys like to work with, but for me, this works pretty darn good. I'm gonna keep working away and try and get done so I can get everything off to the dump.